How's it going, guys? Jaxx here, and today I want to talk about the news surrounding Sombra in Overwatch. For those who have been keeping up to date and are fans of the game, Sombra is a character that has been hinted within different levels and from various other resources online. And people thought that Sombra was actually supposed to be Ana, but Ana got released, and so we've been waiting for the new character that Blizzard's going to release. It's been a couple months, actually quite a while, and everybody in the community thought that that was going to be today, and I'll explain why. So for recent months on a website called amomentincrime.com, and on this website there has been a countdown for a short period of time a couple months ago, and then there was another countdown that had started 2 months ago and had gone all the way until today, 3 p.m. Eastern time. It was actually a percentage that was loading from 0 to 100%. And it finally loaded today, and I was looking through the discussion boards on the Overwatch website, and people were waiting on standby for hours. And it was expected that Sombra was going to be released today. It's Tuesday. Everybody knows that Blizzard releases their content on Tuesdays, and so everyone was expecting that, you know what, this could be the potential of Sombra, and things have been hinting towards that. There was a video in the discussion boards, kind of like a hack video, that goes through a bunch of different code that people had seen a couple weeks ago. There's been evidence that there's going to be another character coming out, and so people were really excited about this. And of course, when there's a countdown, everyone gets excited that at the end of the countdown there's going to be something big. It was something that was really hype within the Overwatch community. And respectively so. I mean, you have huge fans of the game. It's an incredibly successful game. And so people were excited. Well, it was a big letdown today. And as I'm reading through the discussion boards, people are very upset. So on the screen, you're just going to see what happened after it hit 100%. You get some information. This is translated from Spanish. It was actually in Spanish originally. And basically what it says there is just some information about Bastion. And then it says, completing connection. And that's about it. There hasn't been any changes to the PTR server. It's actually been offline for a couple weeks. And yeah, so that's all that was stated. There's nothing in the game, nothing on PlayStation, Xbox, computer, no release, not even a patch update, no patch notes, no anything. And the fan base is upset because they felt like Blizzard was leading them on and creating hype for a character that never came. Now, Jeff Kaplan had mentioned in the past that they don't plan on releasing characters or new heroes mid-season. Simply because it's impossible to master someone within a couple of days, and you would have a bunch of people in competitive play who would want to play the character and not do too well and potentially lose matches and lower the elo for your team. So it makes sense, but the community was still hoping that maybe they were going to do something special. Well, it doesn't look like that's the case. Nothing has really changed. There's been a ton of theories. There's been pictures. People have been posting a picture off the Overwatch website when you buy the game, stating that there's 23 characters in the game, or 23 heroes, and there's only 22 right now. Of course, that's hinting that a character's coming, but it's not exclusively telling you when. So, yeah, basically people are upset. And I think that they have every right to be upset. When you create that much hype and the community is going wild, then of course they're able to see and read. People kind of created that hype for themselves, but at the same time, when you have a countdown, they're expecting something to happen. So that's what's been going on in the Overwatch community. People aren't too happy, and they are expecting that she's going to be released probably somewhere around BlizzCon, because it makes sense. It's after the season is pretty well finished on November 17th, and that's when they're thinking that they're going to release Sombra, which I think is a bad idea. They should have just did a countdown from the beginning to BlizzCon when they release a new character. Mind you, I feel like they're not releasing characters quickly enough. It would be good to get a bunch of characters. I mean, there's been tons of videos from fans showing the different style of characters or the different heroes that even the fan base has for the game. So I can imagine that they have a ton of heroes planned out. And Blizzard is not an uncreative company, so they can definitely release more characters that fit in line with the story. But in any case, that's what's been going on. So, do people have a right to be upset? I think so. Is it a huge deal? Well, it's the same game as it was yesterday. Nothing has changed, whether that's good or bad, but she's going to be coming eventually. So what kind of information do we have about her? From what I'm seeing, just based on some of the glitch video that we have from the discussion board, from what happened on the website, just how we kind of see the hacking style, the coding style. I'm thinking that she's going to be a hacker. She already has an Uzi. There's been tons of pictures released. And so this is what I'm thinking about her as a hero and how she's going to interact in the game. This is my thoughts, and this is what I hope she's going to be. So let's say she's some sort of hacking character that has the ability to manipulate technology or electronics or something of the sort. It would be cool if she had a skill that could affect health packs. Maybe if she does something to a health pack, makes it look a little bit different. If enemies pick it up, it actually takes away health or puts it as like a poison, or messes up their UI and they actually can't see anything very well. That would be very cool. And as fans have actually been looking at her as a character in this relation to Bastion Unit E54 that it states on the website, it would be really cool if she was a character, Sombra was a character that worked very well with Bastion. For example, if she had a skill that would buff up Bastion to make him, or give him the ability to use his turret while moving and switch back and forth within a certain radius of him, if she stays 20 feet from him. It would be cool if she worked with Symmetra's teleporter and gives it 6 extra charges when she's chosen. You could put a little device on the teleporter. Or she can change how Symmetra's sentry turrets work. That would be very cool if she had the ability to work with other characters to not only improve characters like Symmetra and Bastion, who aren't necessarily viable in all circumstances right now in the game, especially Symmetra on like attack, for example, and Bastion's easily counterable, but having the ability to have a character that works exclusively with other characters would add a team dynamic and would add a like working together dynamic between a duo on a team that I think would be very beneficial for the game. I mean, if you look at competitive, if you look at quick play, a lot of people play together. I mean, me myself, I play with Max, and we play basically every game together. So imagine having the ability to have characters that work exclusively together and work well together and benefit the rest of the team. I mean, already we kind of have like Tracer and Genji, who are great at taking out healers if they work in unison. They're very quick heroes in the game, but we don't really have any characters that work exclusively very well together. So I think that would be a cool dynamic. I don't know what her alt would be. I'm thinking if she has the ability to hack, maybe some sort of silence. If she had the ability to silence a character for 3 seconds, so if you're taking over a paint and you know that the enemy Zenyatta hasn't used his ult yet, you can silence him, use your ult, take out Zenyatta so that he doesn't have the ability to use his ult, or throw it on a Mercy, for example. That would be a cool element to the game as well. So even her having a presence, just like kind of Lucio does, where he basically off-heals everybody within a certain radius, if she had the ability to do something similar for the team, for example, within 10 feet, 15 feet, when you use your ult, nobody can use their ults. That would be a cool dynamic to add to the game as well. So that's what I'm hoping for her. I'm hoping that she kind of shakes up the norm for the game right now. I'm hoping that she can add some dynamics on defense that would really change up the dynamics and how people play and the strategies that are involved in taking over points. I think that we need something like that in the game right now. Anna was a great character, a great addition to the game, and I'm hoping that Sombra is even better than that. I'm hoping that she adds some sort of new dynamics that change up how the game is being played right now, because we're not getting any new game types. I mean, we have the Brawl for right now in the Halloween. I don't know if Horde mode's going to stay forever. So in the meantime, I'm hoping that they do something with the game modes that we have currently by adding in characters that really make the game feel new and exciting right now. So those are my thoughts about Sombra. Those are my wishes for Sombra. If you guys have any ideas about how her skills should be used, or if you have any thoughts about what Blizzard is going to release, please leave your comments below. And if you guys are also upset or not upset, or if you have your thoughts about the recent news or lack thereof, I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. So guys, stay hopeful and keep a listening ear for any additional news that I happen to hear. Alright guys, take care.